Hello, Candice Sanderson, author of The Reluctant Messenger. I was on my way to Goddess I Am, which is a metaphysical shop in Naples, Florida, on May 3rd, 2019. And as I was driving, I began getting a message. This is something that's not uncommon, especially when I know I'm going to be attending a meditation or I'm going to be in some sort of a sacred space. Quite often the messengers begin giving me messages before I arrive. So I immediately found my iPhone, clicked on my voice recorder, and recorded the following. And I'm going to read this so it will be precisely what was said. Vision. Vision is not what the physical eyes see, for the physical eyes do not see. Everything is energy, including this exchange upon the optic nerve. Vision can be enhanced, for it is the energy collection of all of the physical processes that result in this interpretation. Humans can absorb more than the requisite energies required for this transformation. The expansion of awareness is the expansion of energy. It is the letting go. It is the flow. By letting go of preconceived notions, the human can begin to integrate other incoming energies into any of the 5 physical senses, thus redefining them. And at that point, the messengers dropped me into this vision, and this was something that happened many, many years ago. In fact, it was 1987. I was lying in bed, and my husband was next to me, and this was probably a month before he passed away. And as we were lying there, I heard his heart beating. Now, my head was not on his chest. I was on my side of the bed. He was on his side of the bed. But I could clearly and distinctly hear every single beat of his heart. Now, for those of you who know me, I'm not known for having good hearing. My entire life, my hearing has been adequate at best. It's not even adequate now, it's less than adequate. I don't seem to hear very well. But back then, I had adequate hearing. I certainly did not have the hearing to hear someone else's heartbeat. I was always so curious about that. And now the messengers are taking me back to that time and place. And I realized they were showing this or giving me this as an example of how the physical senses can actually expand beyond their normal capacity. Okay, back to the messages. They said, it is not just the expansion of hearing or seeing, but all of the senses. This is what humans refer to as the clairs, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, etc. Psychism is the soul or spirit's natural way of communicating and exploring its surroundings. The density of the human body is required in order to be a vibratory match to the density of the earth plane existence. But this is changing as Gaia, the spirit of Mother Earth, transforms into the jewel that she once was. Her inhabitants accompany her on this voyage. The veil is lifting. Be open. Be aware. Trust. I arrived at the meditation a few minutes later. I got in my favorite spot, got prepared, brought my journal out, turned off my phone, and was, ready for the meditation. But the messages, kept coming in. And I had this understanding that I knew this meditation that Beth would be leading would be about using our energy differently, beyond the expectations of the 5 senses. I also knew that physical manifestation of energy was possible. And this is a skill that we will, as a human race, learn to do one day. The meditation began, and immediately I found this most intense tingling and energy on the soles of my feet. And the energy just kept going up my body. I felt it on my ankles, up my calves, my knees, my thighs, my hips. And when it got to my torso, as it came to my heart space, I saw this white light that just shot out to the center of the room. And at Goddess I Am, we are all sitting, all the participants are sitting in a circle. As soon as this happened, then the observer me went to the ceiling, so I had this view of everybody at the meditation, and I realized what was happening to me was happening to them as well. We all were shooting these white beams of energy to the very center of the room. Where the energy coalesced in the very center, the energy kind of compacted, and then it started expanding and it started spinning. So there was this beautiful spinning disc of light, and I realized what it was doing. It had gathered all of our energies and it was blending all of them together, and it continued to do that through the entire meditation, this beautiful disc of light. I listened to Beth as she guided us on the meditation, and I wasn't surprised when she said for each person to imagine a beam of white light coming from the center of our hearts, combining in the center of the room, and then blending our energies together. You know, that was just precisely what I had done, what I had seen in the vision. You know, experiencing things before they happen used to really amaze me, but now they're commonplace. Now, don't get me wrong, I am still in awe when these things occur, but I'm not really surprised by them. The more I do this, the more I realize it's just a matter of physics. I'm able to tap into the energy, combine the physics with the non-physical energies of trust and intuition, then that's just what happens. Everything has energy. Everything is energy. Our thoughts, our emotions. We can use the energy of our intuitive skills to stretch the limits that used to bind us. We can use that to expand our five senses into something that we've never witnessed before. We can start stepping into other dimensional spaces just by expanding our consciousness and our awareness. You know, we have the capacity to soar with the angels. We can fly among the stars. And my thought on this is, why not? So I hope that you will take this time to enjoy what you have with your five physical senses, but also not let that limit you. Learn to step into the energy surrounding those five senses and expand it out. And you'll find yourself stepping into a deeper world that you maybe didn't even know existed. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, on YouTube, of course. If you're interested, Reluctant Messenger is available on my website, CandiceSanderson.com. I will also leave a link to the written blog in the description below here on YouTube. So until next time, I hope everyone has a great day. Bye-bye.